Okay, here's our project. Now before continuing, if you haven't already downloaded the course materials, please do it now. You're not going to be able to follow the course without them, and you're sure as heck not going to get the most out of it. Once you do it, I want you to take a look at the building specifications, the floor plan, and the worksheet provided in the course materials. We're going to follow the procedure on the worksheet to calculate the heat loss, and believe me, it's a lot easier than it looks. Now the floor plan is for a single-story home with an attached garage and a basement that's partially above grade. You have the dimensions for each room on the floor plan, and you also have the details for the construction on the spec sheet. That's the type of wall construction, the materials, the windows, the doors, what all that stuff's all about, whether the attic or the garage is heated, etc. Now in the real world, you're going to have to gather as much of this information as you can. You have to ask the homeowner, you have to walk around with your eyes wide open and note the type of windows that are installed, what types of doors do you have, whether the attic's insulated, whether the walls are 2x4 or 2x6, the amount of insulation in the walls and in the attic, all that kind of detail stuff. Now with the homeowner's permission, you may even drill a small little pilot hole someplace out of the way, make sure you fix it afterwards, like inside of a closet or something, and you can see how the wall is made. Now if you still don't have all of the information you need, you're left to using your best judgment. How does the house look and feel to you? How old is the house? Is it tight or is it kind of a drafty old farmhouse kind of thing? One way or another, you're going to need this information to do as accurate of a heat loss as possible. Okay, now at the top of the worksheet, you're going to find a space to put basic information about the job. The customer's name, address, who did the heat loss analysis, and when. Now below that, we're going to begin our analysis room by room. Now before we do, I want you to understand that we're not building the space shuttle here. We don't need to calculate heat loss out to the third decimal point or anything close to that. We don't want to get caught up in little details. To keep the math simple, it's okay to round up or down because, quite frankly, the difference of a few hundred BTUs in the overall heat loss really doesn't make a difference. So if a room measures, say, 12 feet 7 inches wide, you can round that down to 12.5 feet. If it's 10 foot 10 inches, you can round it up to 11 feet. Rounding up or down to the nearest quarter of a foot is a pretty good rule to follow. Your heat loss analysis is going to be as accurate as it needs to be, and then some. Okay, it looks like we're ready to start calculating, so let's move on to the next lesson.